This video segment begins our examination of greenhouse gas emissions from electric power plants. It focuses on fossil fuel power plants. Its major points are: number one, slow turnover of power plants means that abatement of their greenhouse gas emissions will be relatively slow. Number two, coal-fired power plants have relatively high greenhouse gas emissions per power generated, but are cheap to construct and operate. Number three, natural gas-fired power plants are even less expensive and more rapid to construct. They are more efficient to operate, easier to maintain, but natural gas is several times more expensive than coal. Personal vehicles, contrary to popular belief, account for only 10% of the total greenhouse gas emissions worldwide and 19% in the United States. Larger sources of greenhouse gases include electric power generation, land use changes, food and fiber production, manufacturing, and heating of buildings. Strategies for mitigating emissions from personal vehicles are distinct from those for mitigating emissions from these other sources for several reasons. Personal vehicles undergo more rapid technological change and capital stock turnover than other sources of greenhouse gases. In specific, fuel efficiencies of personal vehicles per unit weight have improved over 2% per year, whereas greenhouse gas emissions per unit electricity generated from power plants have decreased by only 0.4% per year, and greenhouse gas emissions per product produced from manufacturing plants have decreased by only 1.3% per year. Vehicles on U.S. roads have a median age of 8 years as a result of both the short lifetime of current vehicles and the addition of new vehicles to an expanding population. By comparison, electric power plants in the United States have a median age of 30 years. Slow turnover of power plants means that even with wide-scale adoption of new technologies, abatement of greenhouse gases may be relatively slow. The economics of personal vehicles in comparison to other emission sources are less sensitive to energy prices. Brand, appearance, seldom used features of personal vehicles often take precedence over fuel efficiency. In contrast, fuel efficiency is generally a primary factor in the purchase and operation of commercial vehicles. Similarly, energy prices directly influence the composition of fertilizer or feed that a farmer uses. Consumers focus more on their electric bill than on what type of power plant is connected to their wall socket. In the parlance of economics, commodities such as delivery trucks, fertilizer, and electric power are more responsive to market forces than personal vehicles. Because of these differences, the previous video segments treated greenhouse gas emissions from transportation separately from other sources. The present video segment focuses on electric power generation, the human activity that emits the largest share of greenhouse gases, producing more than double the amount of any other source. As such, electric power generation has the greatest potential for good or for evil. The emphasis here, as in the previous video segments on mitigation, will be on engineering and on environmental aspects. Many heavy industries have relocated from developed countries, such as the United States and Japan, to developing countries such as China and India, to benefit from their lower labor costs and less stringent environmental regulations. These industries are highly energy intensive. Consequently, greenhouse gas emissions from electric power generation are burgeoning in China and India. China, in 2006 alone, added power generating capacity that equaled the sum total of France's electricity grid. Similarly, India doubled its power generating capacity from 1990 to 2000.